process. They were giving us no content whatsoever. We want you guys to watch the video and enjoy it. Therefore, I done the people's work. Get lost.
Guys, we really smashed that round. Just like you guys should smash that.
So my wife, she tells me, she says, you know what you should do? You should really focus on what you really want and not what you think you should want or what other people think you should want. And it's funny because I didn't necessarily share with her all the videos and all the things that I've been watching and reading and consuming here recently. But what she said resonated tremendously, especially as I came across a video from another YouTube channel, another content creator. And I want to say his name is Nolan. His name is Nolan Molt. I lost my job, so I'm starting a business. I'll put it down in the description. And he just recently posted a video on his channel, which was actually kind of strange. It was kind of odd because he was familiar. And this is the beauty of YouTube's thumbnail strategy, is being intriguing but familiar, which the intrigue came from the thumbnail, the style, and the channel name, as it wasn't what I expected. And what I expected was to see him on a Think Media video. But in fact, it wasn't a Think Media video. This was his own video, his own new channel, or maybe an old channel that he just finally decided to use more so for business, as he lost his job and was starting a business. Now, I got a list of actually the videos that I watched today that inspired me, made me think, made me question, made me ponder. And he's one of them. There's a few others. And there's some that I will prefer not to mention, because I think that some of these actually are perpetuating a negative cycle that unfortunately is affecting so many people from the perspective of negativity and failure. And it's ironic because this video says I lost my job, so I'm starting a business. I lost my job, so I'm starting a business. When did we lose this drive? When did we lose this motivation? And in fact, I don't think that we really have. And I do believe that a lot of folks prefer to use the economy and the recovery and whatever possible excuse there is to justify the reason why they can't, or they won't, or they will not, or they have never, whatever it may be. But I think the simple fact of the matter is that it was the same before the crisis. It was the same before the pandemic. It's just now we have a new excuse. And I'm not about excuses. I'm really not. And so, you know, it's funny because I look at it from the perspective of some of these channels that are out here, I think, pumping and feeding a terrible message and a destructive narrative, while on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, there's folks out there who are saying, you can do this, and you can grow that, and you can build this, and you can make that. And even to the point of, I lost my job, so I'm going to start a business, and saying that this business is going to grow to $1 million a year. That's what I'm talking about. When did we lose this drive and this motivation to get hit, but don't stay down and dust yourself off and pick yourself back up and keep going? Now, I do feel like part of the problem, And I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. I do feel like part of the problem is how profitable this conversation can be. Look guys, if you wanna go and sit in your car and complain about the economy and complain about Gen Z and complain about millennials and complain about jobs and money and income, there will be an abundance of viewership, a large audience that would love to complain with you, would love to spend and waste their time complaining rather than getting up and getting out there and saying, I lost my job with Think Media as a YouTube content creator position, and I'm picking myself back up, dusting myself off, and jumping back on YouTube as a YouTube content creator to start a business, to support my family, to pay my bills, to succeed and grow bigger and better than I've ever been before. It's crazy to me that, this is where we are. But it really is no different. It's no surprise. It's just that now I think that it's amplified because of social media, because of YouTube, because these folks know how profitable and lucrative this can be. So how does this tie into what my wife told me? Well, it's pretty simple. And the first being paying attention and focusing on exactly what I want and exactly who I want to be associated with and exactly the conversations I want to have. Knowing what my ultimate goal is. And one of the channels that I watched today was actually Alex Hermosi, and he's right on time every time. And in this video, obviously, he's going to convert, he's going to sell, he's going to profit, he's going to benefit from this video. But in this entire video, it might have been a 20-minute video, there was no plug, there was no ad, there was no call to action. He literally created this video for the purpose, primarily, to deliver a message and to help someone who needed to hear that message, myself included. Now, obviously, some folks are going to want to dive deeper into this, and they're going to go down the rabbit hole, and they're going to click links, and they're going to buy, and they're going to spend, and that's perfectly fine, because I feel like he's going to deliver tremendously on this value proposition that he's presenting just on this video alone. So what does that have to do with me? And what does it have to do with you? Well, for me and for you, my sole focus is to literally help other people, no matter who they are, no matter what they look like, no matter where they came from, no matter what, is to help other people and deliver the message that they need to hear without an agenda, without, a sale to be driven, to provide ultimately what I wish existed for me, which if I pay attention and I focus and I keep my head on straight, I'll find it. And as I find it, it'll motivate me to do what I want, and to do what I think is right, do what I think the world needs personally, without it being, at the end of the day, what I should want or what everybody would want or would want me to want. Nothing against anybody else, but I'm not interested in creating a $1 million business. I've actually done it before. We got close to 10 million. And the crazy part about it is, with each additional million in revenue, we didn't see any additional return in profit. Because as the business continues to grow bigger and bigger, it just becomes more of a monster that, needs to be satisfied to no end. But if you want to, that's perfectly fine. Go for it. If you want to help others do that, that's great too. We need more businesses. We need more jobs. We need more entrepreneurialism and growth to combat this cycle of folks wallowing in their own self-pity, thinking that, you know, they can't get ahead in this economy. It's not the economy, it's you. The economy is going to be what it's going to be. It has been what it has been. But at the end of the day, if you're saying to yourself, well, yeah, I'm delivering pizzas as my third job at night just to put money in savings, well, I got to say to you, stop delivering pizzas. Stop doing a third job. You need to hone your skills and level up your game so that you can just do one job that pays as much as 3 or 4 jobs, so that you can earn more, making sure that you spend less, and then have the ability to easily put money away in savings without having to work so much, especially if it's delivering pizzas. Nothing against delivering pizzas, but you know, after a certain age, we don't need to be delivering pizzas. We need to keep these jobs open and available for newcomers into the workforce to have an opportunity and then level up from there. There's nothing wrong with starting off there. But I do believe that at some point, if you're complaining about the economy, if you're complaining about your money, your personal finances, your savings, then perhaps maybe we should stop complaining and start trying to find solutions. Solutions that don't perpetuate a cycle of mediocrity, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I know this may not be a popular opinion, but it's my opinion. Now, another opinion that I have is as far as the type of information or content I choose to consume, and what I've been working on eliminating from my life, from my daily life, is consuming the news. Now, I can't bury my head in the sand and pretend like the news doesn't exist, but I will tell you guys this. So, this channel is relatively new, and apparently I have a 15-minute maximum upload. So, I wasn't aware of that until I started uploading the video. YouTube said it was too long, so I have to put this video into 2 parts. So this is the end of part 1, and you can click here to see part 2. Yeah, click here. Click here right now.